Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We are 5 minutes away from 8 a.m. and Cage the Elephant tickets with Franz Ferdinand. Night one of Q101's Twisted Christmas. I guarantee I'd stake my life on it that you'll never see Cage the Elephant in a venue like the Aragon again. They are an arena band. They're opening for Oasis because they're Liam's favorite band. And you got Franz Ferdinand on that bill. Their new album is awesome. I got to say, and Almost Monday as well. That's coming up in 5 minutes. Your free tickets, the first ones of the day, and Ticket Puts Thursday every hour after. But first, we have breaking news involving Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. We followed this story for years. We were the first station to follow it, along with our great friend Ben Bradley from WGN-TV.
Woo!
And here is the announcement and what's happening with Tiffany Henyard. Has she been arrested? Has she been ousted from mayor? No.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard says she is running for re-election. She made the announcement on social media asking for campaign volunteers to inbox her. Henyard says she is endorsing a new board, but not announcing who they are just yet. Instead, promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by the FBI for alleged misconduct.
That's what they're saying that? The complicated legacy of Tiffany Henyard for,
Well, it's complicated.
for contact? So she's running for re-election, Tiffany Henyard. Now, again, if you don't know anything about what's going on, for 2 years we followed the corruption and the accusations of using money taking it from taxpayers to go do trips to Vegas, to New York. She makes $300,000 a year with a couple positions where the average salary in Dolton is about $29,000 a year.
And I'll tell you what really kind of did her in was that she also started a charity and never turned in any of the receipts from that charity. Charity's messaging has been very aloof across the board necessarily of where the funds are being distributed. And to be on record as a charity, there's a lot of official paperwork that goes into that and the correct claims and everything to claim that you are a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And turning in your receipts is a large part of that, and that did not happen.
Yeah, pretty big mess up there.
Yes.
A lot of investigations going on. The FBI are involved. And by the way, that report came from Fox 32. So it's amazing to us. We're astounded, and you followed this journey with us, that she's still not only in office, but announced she's running again. Now, I got to read the Facebook post she put up.
Oh.
On Tiffany Henyard's official Facebook page.
Okay.
I do not follow it, by the way.
We need to discuss this really fast, Brian. Can you, word for word, you must also describe each emoji as you read through this journey.
I will do my best, and you can help me if I'm describing the emoji incorrectly.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
Tiffany Henyard, I just can't even do the beginning. Because you know how you put how you're feeling in your Facebook post if you want to?
Yes, she did that.
She put Tiffany Henyard is feeling focused.
That's good.
Okay.
I want a focused mayor.
And there's even an emoji on that with the big grin, like smiley face.
Yeah.
The squared off teeth. So like kind of like the E, like that kind of look. Does that make sense on that emoji?
Feeling focused. She's locked and loaded, baby. Big court case coming up.
And then it's 4 times. Attention, 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 with the top of the police car flasher emoji.
Well, siren.
Siren.
In between
Sure.
each attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it says, I am running for re-election for mayor of Dolton. Heart emoji, heart emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And
Next line.
And then the next line starts with face with hearts on an emoji, face with hearts on an emoji, Tiffany A. Henyard, face with hearts on an emoji, face with hearts on an emoji. When Kate showed me this, she said, did a 13-year-old do this?
I'll be honest, when you look at this post, it looks like a pyramid scheme post.
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it look like, they're going to give me to buy vitamins in about 3 minutes? It's unbelievable. Would you like to be driving a brand new SUV and working from home? Alarm. That's what it
I
looks
have
like.
a workout plan for you that is going to cause you to lose 50 pounds in 5 days.
Absolutely.
I remind you again, those Cage tickets coming up in about 3 minutes. Okay, because this is a long post. To all that's running for office, petitions are due next week for the primary in the village of Dolton and Riverdale, as well as if you support me and my team or would like to volunteer, inbox me. That's a really long run-on sentence there, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm being grammatically correct here. I want to help out. I want Tiffany's post to be, accurate.
Mm-hmm. Next.
She says, if you support me and my team or would like to volunteer and inbox me. I'm sorry, that was the last sentence. I have a new board that I am supporting / endorsing.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. But the slash also makes you feel uneasy because
because it's not proper.
Also, Why don't you just say supporting or endorsing? You didn't need both words with a slash in between them.
Supporting and endorsing.
It already makes me fishy on the subject. We will announce an event this month. Stay tuned for updates. ... Flex emoji, flex emoji, flexed arm emoji.
Yes. So I don't know if maybe it's a wrestling event.
Maybe she's coming to Twisted Christmas and we don't know about it yet.
I've never got the tip that maybe somebody will come, and I want them to come less than this moment.
I think she's a big Cage the Elephant fan.
Oh my gosh.
P.S. ... Other boards that are up for re-election are the Park Board, the Library Board, School Board 148, School Board 149, and School Board 205. I don't know why she felt the need to mention that in this post about her.
Because she's, in her mind, she's doing a for the people post.
Ah.
That's what's happening here.
If you're interested in running for one of these places, reach out to me. Oh, good Lord. She's building her army.
Exactly. That's what I mean. She's like, everything will go through me. She's
walk
like Thanos.
You walk in there
She's
and
collecting all the boards.
I would see walking into her office and say, I want to be a part of School Board 148. You walk in and she closes the door and she's holding a whip for some reason.
No,
You know,
I think she
one
would
of those
be
things
like,
that you whip horses with? Those what do you call those?
A whip, I think.
No, they're called something else.
But what I imagine the interview process would be is she closes the door and she pulls up her Amazon history and goes, does this look normal to you? How about this? How about these receipts? And you have to be like, yeah, that seems sound. It seems like you'd need to do all that.
Do you like Las Vegas? Good, so do I.
Yeah,
You're
okay,
hired.
great.
I know we're just past 8 o'clock. Those tickets are coming for Cage the Elephant in a second here. I got to finish this post here. She says, I will help serious candidates only serious candidates.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to be the change that is needed for the Southland. Her exiting is the change needed for Southland.
Over her dead body in her army.
It ends with this. To those who don't know, they changed the filing dates for the filing office. SMH, no one knows, and it's the shocked face emoji.
Don't you just hate it when they change the filing dates?
I would love to see.
No one ever knows.
God.
SMH.
These are the games they played. And actually, she said game. I'm helping her out here. She said, these are the game they play to keep. I'm sorry. She was actually right. These are the game they play to keep misfortune. Misinformed. I'm sorry.
Well, this is really putting you on this, but I didn't mean.
It's blocked on the screenshot. I can't see the word.
When we had you read this, I didn't mean it to put you on blast.
It's not on me. It's not on me. I couldn't see the word because it was blocked on the screenshot.
Sorry.
So again, the time is now to run for office. And that's the end of Tiffany Henyard's post to announce her re-election campaign for the city of Dolton Mayor.
It's very interesting. She's good at the game she plays.
She's great at it. She's one of the best.
I know. You read that and you go, well, she cares.
She's the Jordan of corruption. There's no one better.
Yeah, she's very good.
She is elite.
A lot of confidence. She's feeling focused.
We take you back to Ben Bradley from WGN when he interviewed her that started this thing many months ago, over last year, when she was questioned about going to Las Vegas with money from the city. And here's how that went down.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
I'm not sure what that is.
Heart emoji.
You also,
emoji.
right after we play One Shining Moment, because Tiffany Henyard was the winner of Brian and Kenzie's Piece of Garbage Madness, the number one piece of garbage in the Chicagoland area.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing.
Still don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
But once again, I don't have a comment.
Only judge when you got both sides of the story, not one-sided narratives, which is negative narratives in the media. All the trustees walked out because they couldn't have their way. And that's not how government works.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
The ticket window is open. Ticket Blitz Thursday
on Q101.
Let's go! Every hour starting now, 4 nights at the Byline Bank Aragon Ballroom. You have Q101's Twisted Christmas 2024. Tuesday, December 10th, is the first night with Cage the Elephant, Franz Ferdinand, and Almost Monday. So we have tickets for that to start off right now. 312-591-8300 is the text number, okay? Text CAGE right now to 312-591-8300. C-A-G-E. Text CAGE to 312-591-8300 for your chance to win 2 tickets to Twisted Christmas with Cage the Elephant. That is night 1. Text now.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we've launched Ticket Blitz Thursday to make it very clear because some people are putting in different kinds of words or emojis, adding to it that Tiffany Henyard did like an announcement. Don't do that when you're trying to get Q101 Twisted Christmas tickets. Text CAGE, C-A-G-E, to 312-591-8300 for your chance to win tickets to night 1 of Q101's Twisted Christmas with Cage the Elephant. So do that now. Now, we're going to have this every hour, and this word is active until 8:59. CAGE, 312-591-8300. Because I know with some of the traffic situation out there right now, you want to wait about 10 minutes. Don't get in another accident. There's been littered with them this morning on the highways. So you can wait 10 minutes. You can do it whenever you want. It's not a race. You enter once. For the next 50 minutes, you have a chance to do CAGE to 312-591-8300 with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Also want to remind you the pre-sale is going on right now for all of these tickets at Q101.com. Go there for all the information. One more programming note. Tomorrow at this time, we are in the middle, of course, of October, Halloween month. Case has 2 more movies to review. Case has never seen a lot of movies and certainly all these Halloween movies. Boy, he gets scared. Tomorrow, Nightmare on Elm Street. Case meets Freddy Krueger. That'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow on the show. The review of A Nightmare on Elm Street. You ready for this case to watch this afternoon? You probably watch it?
Is that the guy that wears the sweater?
Yes, he wears a sweater.
Stripes. Yeah, with stripes.
Okay, the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time.
The very long, with the claw hands. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about the claw. I know about the sweater.
Like the.
How do you know about the sweater and not the razor blade hair?
Razor blades.
Everybody wears the sweater. I don't know any guy with razor blade hands.
It's because
you should really stand out for you.
I think you've probably seen that sweater at some of your hardcore shows.
Probably. Well, he dresses like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah. So last week we did Friday the 13th. That is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. If you missed it, I know I got hit up a lot over the weekend, people wondering where it was. It's on the Brian and Kenzie podcast, the Friday the 13th review. But yeah, tomorrow, Nightmare on Elm Street. And then I'm 1 week closer to not watching horror movies for an entire year.
Because we'll finish the month on Halloween with Halloween.
Yes.
The last classic.
I thought it was appropriate.
Yeah, very good.
That seems fair.
The last classic of Halloween, the last 6 weeks of the movies and cases, movie reviews, tomorrow morning, right at this time, at 8 o'clock.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Oasis. With an opening band called Cage the Elephant. And you can see Cage the Elephant, an arena band, if you will, performing at the Aragon Q101's Twisted Christmas 2024. And I cannot stress enough that the pre-sale is going on now for the next 12, 13 and a half hours. Or am I 14 and a half hours? 13 and a half hours. 10 p.m. tonight. The pre-sale ends at Q101.com with the code word BYLINE. Smashing Pumpkins pre-sale, already gone. It's done.
Done.
Sold out. Now, Smashing Pumpkins tickets will be on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in the general pre-sale, but they will go fast. You have to be right there. That's why I can't stress enough about the pre-sale, getting your tickets now for the ones that are left and available.
You really have to do it. And here's the thing. This wasn't like a special, 50 tickets on pre-sale. There was a lot of tickets in pre-sale. So especially for Smashing Pumpkins, I would be at opening gates, okay, when the tickets are available for general sale, because there's a little bit left. We sold a lot in pre-sale, and that one's sold out, and others are close to that also. I would get on those so you don't have to stress out. And I mean, you want to sit around and wait, and then you're going to have to buy them from somebody else, and you're going to spend more.
That's exactly right.
That's what happens.
So just to recap, if you missed our announcement, and it's all at Q101.com, and that's where the pre-sale, that's the place to go. Go to Q101.com with the pre-sale code BYLINE right there. You'll see it all. It's very simple and laid out very nice for you. So Cage the Elephant, Franz Ferdinand, Almost Monday on December 10th. That is night 1. Night 2 is a festival in itself. This is amazing. So that is Wednesday night, the 11th, the All-American Rejects with the main, Andrew McMahon, doing a special solo performance of all the music and all the bands he's been in. And then you have Dexter and the Moonrocks. You get 4 bands that feels like a mini festival because they're all very different, but yet all together will be one memorable evening. Then, of course, the Smashing Pumpkins, as we just announced, is sold out in the pre-sale, but there will be some tickets tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the general sale with AWOL Nation and Bad Flower. So let's say you get through all that and you're good. Friday night, December 13th, saving this one for last. Bush with Bishop Briggs and Palais Royale. Now, that is the party night. That is Friday night. Whenever Twisted has a point where we can have the Friday night as the last night, that's why Bush is there, because they bring it full on. I remember a couple years ago for Ahoy at the Salt Shed, that performance, people were raging and walking out of there very sweaty. Very sweaty people.
And it was a cold February night, too.
Very cold. It is so fun. And for us, too, this is why we want you there, because we feel like when you get to that last night of Twisted, that's the night to let loose on a Friday night. We all get together. It's like a Christmas party. And at the end, maybe not everybody's there at the end, but you're still partying with the real partiers. That's what Friday night of Twisted is. That's what it is. And I'm getting excited because Case and Kenzie have both seen me at this point.
Yes.
When I can finally go, we don't have to get up for the morning show the next day. Let's freaking go. It's on.
What does that mean?
Let's freaking go. It's on.
It could mean almost anything, and that's the problem.
Well, with our great sponsors, Heineken and White Claw, I think you know the answer to that question.
Asked and answered, understood, sir, yes, sir.
Also, Boost Mobile, because we need to call an Uber at some point to get home. And then, of course, Byline Bank is our sponsors for the whole wonderful event. But, yeah, that's the night that we really take it up a notch. And I just want to make sure you buy a ticket because I said this earlier to Case and Kenzie. It's kind of like when you have your Super Bowl party and at the end everybody leaves and then you just drink all and eat all that's left with your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or husband. That's what Friday night is.
Wow.
That's what it is.
That's a big night.
Does that transcend?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And I do want to clarify because I literally just got off the phone with Elizabeth who called in and had a question about these Twisted Christmas tickets. You can buy them now. It's the pre-sale, and we're giving you the code BYLINE. You can buy these tickets at Q101.com. Because you're listening, because we've given you the pre-sale code, you have a leg up on everybody else. So now is the time to buy those tickets. And like we've said all week, it is all-in pricing on the Ticketmaster website. So the price that you see when you log on is the price you're going to pay. There's no hidden fees. We are trying to make this possible for everybody. We want everybody with us at the Aragon.
Now, this is, again, the code you use when you're purchasing tickets. It's not the code to send me right now. It does nothing. And you just receive a text from me explaining how to use that code.
If I text you Byline right now, do I get Twisted tickets?
No.
Oh.
You do not. That's not how it works. It's the code you can use to buy them now because they're not on general sale. So everybody in the world who wants to go to these shows, who is maybe even like in a different state and stuff, who doesn't pick us up, right? They can just buy tickets when that opens up. They're going to see them on all the websites and such. But you, because you're listening, can use the code BYLINE, and it's much easier to get tickets because it's not open to everybody.
Yeah, you're an insider right now. You're a VIP. You're an influencer, if you will. You're the first boots on the ground.
You're a game changer. You're an innovator. You're an icon.
For Q101's Twisted Christmas 2024, so go to Q101.com. And since we're talking about that party night, a half hour away at 9 o'clock, Gavin Rossdale of Bush will be calling up the show. And we'll let him explain more on how that night's going to be a party and why you should be there for sure. All nights, they're all for sale right now, except for Pumpkins, which sold out in the pre-sale. But Bush tickets, all of them. Go get them. Q101.com has all the information right now.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Gavin Rossdale of Bush in 10 minutes. Headlining the final night of Q101's Twisted Christmas Night 4, Bush and Gavin Rossdale. That's the party night. You have to get a ticket. They're in the pre-sale right now. Go to Q101.com to purchase your pre-sale tickets before they're all gone. 10 p.m. tonight, the pre-sale ends. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., the general sale goes on, and these tickets are moving. I can't stress enough. Get your tickets right now. Yesterday in our music entertainment news was very music heavy. Today is very entertainment heavy. And start off with a very sad story that Liam Payne died from a fall in a balcony. The former One Direction star fell from a 3-story balcony at a hotel in Argentina. No other word on this. There's a lot of things going around the internet that are unbelievable about the story. And Kenzie even told me that TMZ had maybe a partial picture of the body.
TMZ definitely got a lot of hatred towards him last night. I would say it was a badge well earned. They did post a portion of his body. You could tell based off his tattoos and stuff. And obviously people are like, why would you post something so dark, so dismal? Obviously you have like a Getty image headshot of Liam that you could use, or a TMZ interview or something. But like, it was very, very dark, and people pretty pissed at TMZ, so much so that they did remove the image, which is good, but obviously not very respectful to Liam, his family, his loved ones, etc. So
my connection with this band comes from my nieces and my brother who lives out in the East Coast. Darren, he took his kids, I remember, his daughter, to One Direction this is like 10 years ago, to Giant Stadium. And he still to this day will not tell me how much he paid for the tickets.
Oh, I bet.
And the thing is, that's the first time I can remember a ticket price being so outrageous that he didn't want to talk about it. And I just knew for him not to tell me that it must have been skyrocketed. Now, by today's standards, it probably wouldn't even go into that world because so many ticket prices have gone up so much. But I just remember, that's my point on that, is because she was such a super fan at like 12 years old, and he took her to the show, and her friends, and had an amazing time. But that's my reference point, that the ticket price, that was kind of a tipping point of a One Direction show.
No, absolutely. I mean, their following was the modern day version of like Backstreet, NSYNC, New Kids on the Block.
Sure.
I mean, they have fans that still go to those shows, and One Direction, that's going to happen, right?
Yep.
People are going to love them forever.
Yep, very sad story. Passed away, he was only 31 years old. Another entertainment story, having a little dark overtones to it, that more than a dozen family members of Eric and Lyle Menendez on Wednesday called for the release of the brothers from prison after the killings of their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion 35 years ago. There's a couple documentaries out right now, and I didn't expect to hear about the Menendez brothers ever again in my life. On the bingo card of 2024, did not expect this to come up.
Yeah.
Now, their own family members, it doesn't say exactly which ones. I don't know who was related to possibly their mom and dad who they murdered while they were sleeping, said they should be released. Now there's evidence, and of course, if you've seen the documentaries, some of the accusations of abuse from the parents to them, and they're saying there's possibly some new evidence, so people are calling for them to be released. I find this fascinating as someone that remembers living through this trial on TV as a kid and watching it. It was one of the biggest trials before the OJ trial. And that kind of thing when it went on. And now at a point where people are new to the story are saying, yeah, release him. Well, let's slow down a little bit. Let's slow your roll and go through evidence and really try to find exact. I know people have said, well, this letter said this. Well, this letter said this. Well, that's what the documentary is showing. Documentaries are filmmakers. Not everything is exact court-type evidence that could actually cause someone to get released. It's been 30 years. And I hope, of course, that the things that those letters say were not happening to them, but they also murdered their parents while they were sleeping. That's not the answer to that problem either. So I don't think releasing them was exactly the right thing at this point. But who knows how it'll all play out. I'm fascinated by this story again.
So I wasn't alive when this did play out, so I missed this, and this is something that I've kind of more caught up on recently. I do want to watch, because there's kind of two out right now, and to me it seems like they're conflicting a bit, the two that are out. So I really do want to watch them and catch up, because I'm not forming an opinion, because I don't know, because I didn't live through the trial. You have these specific, these really specific memories. Yeah. And I'm like, one side saying this, and one side saying this. I do know Kim Kardashian publicly called for their release, which, well, we got to follow her. What are you going to do there?
Well, when they go out and buy Lamborghinis after they kill their parents, it's a little bit damning, but we'll see how that all plays out with these documentaries and people calling for things. Finally, a little bit of a lighter story, but also had a little sadness to it. Al Pacino, that movie Jack and Jill he did with Adam Sandler.
I love that movie. He's so funny in it.
I never even remember vaguely this movie in the theaters. I remember a little bit of some of the plot on it.
It was a blockbuster. It made like $14 billion. You don't remember this movie?
I don't think it made $14 billion. I think I don't have the take on this. You can go. I think it probably made.
What are you talking about, Brian?
Well, I know he got paid almost that, because he says that's why he did the movie. He only did it for the money because he found out in his 70s, he's 84 right now, that he was broke. And his accountant had a Ponzi scheme going on and actually went to jail for 8 years for losing all of Al Pacino's money. Imagine the classics that Al Pacino was in, the movies, let alone The Godfather, Heat.
Jack and Jill.
Well, that movie, sure. But he was broke, so he literally did the movie. He said he loves Adam Sandler. He was wonderful to work with. They become good friends. And it's not like he did it, I'm going to do this movie and get the hell out of there. But he did do it for the money because he found out he was broke in his 70s at 84 right now. He's got a little money in the bank because of that movie. And it made $149 million, so it was a successful movie.
It was very, I think it's, listen, I'm not saying it's the most witty writing in the world, but that movie makes me laugh really hard. I do like it.
I've seen pretty much every Al Pacino movie except that one. So
you have to watch it.
I'll put it on the list. I'll put it in the queue. And there you go. That's your entertainment and music news for today.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.